Okay, so we're back watching Vs. Adam. So we just watched Hank's analysis. He has a lot of weapons and a lot of crazy feats. Yeah. So let's see what Mr. Ray Palmer, aka the Atom, has in store.
By BetterHelp.
It can be easy to spend all your time on your work, your friends, your family, but how much time do you actually spend?
Wait, I'm just skipping over this. Okay, there we go.
LP.com/deathbattle.
Alright, let's see Ray's analysis.
Ray Palmer was born your average human-sized person.
Yeah.
He grew up in the Northeast, studied
Just
physics
sleep.
at Ivy University, and
Dark
did
things,
everything
yeah.
Mama and Papa Palmer told him to do. Probably.
Everything was pretty typical for Ray until one
Legends of
fateful
Tomorrow,
night
yeah.
when he took a walk to take his mind off a frustrating experiment and saw a meteor fall from the sky.
He ran off to the crash and found himself a life-changing piece of a white dwarf star, and immediately started messing around with it. Who wouldn't?
He discovered that he could focus ultraviolet rays through it and shrink inanimate objects. There was
He
just
can also
one problem.
shrink objects.
When he shrunk things, they exploded.
Holy shit.
Every time.
I do
Damn.
not see the problem. Sounds like he found a foolproof way of blowing stuff up. Case closed.
Ray was determined to figure out how to shrink objects without blowing them up. But first, he went on a hike with his nature club. And as a fellow scientist, I have to question his priorities.
But hey,
All
it
right.
seems to work for him. I support it. Different hikes for different mics, am I right?
While in a cave,
Shrug.
the ceiling suddenly collapsed, trapping everyone inside. After searching high and low for another exit, Ray found a small opening and had an idea. He could try to shrink himself down and get help, even if it
wow.
meant he might explode before he got the chance.
But he
Okay,
didn't
all right.
explode. I hope this story has a happy ending at least.
Perplexed,
yeah.
Ray determined there
Let's
must have
hope
been
so.
something special about him that made him uniquely immune to the explosive fate. Something super scientifically convenient that we never get any more information on.
So he got to work and created himself a suit to harness the power of the white dwarf star and
Ooh.
became the
The
Atom.
Atom.
Adam uses the white dwarf
Whoa,
fragment to
that's a
decrease his
lot.
size while having control over his density, which makes a lot
He
of
can just
sense considering that
shrink.
white dwarfs have the mass
They
of
can
a
also
star,
grow.
like the sun. But their volume is more like the Earth's, making them among the densest objects in space.
Just a teaspoon of the stuff could weigh up to 100 tons. That's one strong spoon.
When Adam shrinks and shifts his weight, he's actually sending his extra mass to a dimension called the mass zone.
Where Adam could maybe live forever. At one point, Ray's apprentice Ryan Choi was murdered by Deathstroke, but
Oh, damn.
willed some of his mass to the mass zone and was able to survive in that dimension. So these
Wow.
guys can potentially cheat death,
Ryan
but would
Choi.
be stuck there without any outside help.
But from one scientist to another, what's most impressive is Ray's creation of the bio belt.
Oh,
That's what allows
oh.
Adam to use the power of the
Oh,
white dwarf
more.
and shrink while
has a
maintaining
magic
any weight
satchel as
from
well.
immaterial to his full 180 pounds. There's even been times where it's stated that he was able to become almost as dense as a white dwarf star itself for a few
What is he,
seconds.
Deadpool?
The belt is also how he can travel through phone lines or through the air, on currents or light beams. Over time, Ray has spread out the white dwarf power to other parts of his suit, and now the bio belt acts as a utility belt for his shrunken weapons and tech. It also
he also
prevents
has
his
shrinking
size or
weapons
mass
like
from
Ray
being
does.
altered by any
Like
outside
Hank
forces.
does.
And while he can only increase his size back to his natural 6 feet in height, his ability to shrink is near limitless. He can travel between subatomic space to the microverse, the foundation of all
Oh, he can
reality in
also
the
do
DC
that
universe,
too.
where atoms become the size of planets.
Typically, he can increase back to his normal
He can
size
also
with
do the
such
same
force
thing
he can
that
smash through
Hank can
diamonds.
do.
So if Adam increases his size too much while still within the microverse, he could blow up the entire fabric of reality
Oh,
from the
shit.
inside out.
Oh my
Shrinking
God.
down to that size means that he can shrink small enough to rearrange atoms themselves.
Yep, Ray can take individual molecules and rapidly expand them to cook up a small nuclear blast in the palm of his hand. Oh, Ray Palmer. I
Oh
just
my
got
god,
that.
you had to
He
do
also
that pun
once
as
disarmed
well,
a bomb by
dude.
rearranging its
Come on,
atoms.
Boomstick.
At that size, he can move at the velocity of light. So fast and so randomly, he basically acted as a barrier between any and all possible atom combinations.
Oh my
But
god.
come on, there's no scientific
He's wearing
explanation
it
here for him
again.
to have superhuman senses or awareness to comprehend being everywhere at the same time.
Ah, it makes total sense. If you're small enough, you can fit in almost everything, everywhere, all at once. Like how you can fit an entire pizza into a calzone, and then you have a whole pizza
First
everywhere
bagel,
inside the
now
calzone.
calzone, bro.
Man, I get it. Science is pizza.
No!
Oh
Science is
my
all I have! Why are you
God.
doing this to me?
Oh
On
my
top of
god.
all of Ray's amazing inventions and abilities,
Come on,
he's also
Boomstick.
got some more classic weapons like a laser blaster and a frickin' sword he used to fight a giant crocodile. Relative to his size.
That was when Ray was believed to be dead, but was actually just stuck at 6 inches tall and stranded in the Amazon rainforest,
Oh, wow.
where he encountered an alien race known as the Catarthans.
And get this, he ended up leading a rebellion
Holy
against their
balls.
tyrant king
What?
and became the ruler of all the Kardashians.
And his heroism didn't stop
Kardashians,
there.
dude,
The Atom was
really?
a very well-respected hero, and was even asked to join the Justice League of America shortly after it was formed.
Wow.
He fought alongside Batman and his best bud, Hawkman. And you
Oh,
don't
man.
fight with those guys without picking up a thing or two.
Impressive combat skills aside, Atom's greatest contribution to the legendary team was always his incredible mind.
He once created kryptonite inside of Superman by
What?
realizing that if he gathered up enough Kryptonian protons, they would eventually become radioactive.
That
While
is
stranded
crazy
in
right
limbo,
there.
Adam realized that if the Flash sped up the rate of a nuclear reaction's stellar evolution to exhaust its core, they could turn a fire demon into a black hole and use it as a wormhole to get back to Earth.
Wow.
He's a brilliant, hard-working, and determined scientist that never stops working on a problem until he's found a solution. I mean, if I figured out how to blow stuff up as well as he did, I would have stopped right there. I'm the hero that blows stuff up. Wouldn't even need to change my name.
Ray Palmer lived the dream, going from research scientist to legendary superhero. He picked up the pieces presented to him and built
Yeah.
something greater than the sum of its parts.
What did
Who knew this tiny titan with massive brains would have just as much brawn to back it up?
you... Nice.
This episode of Death Battle is
Oh, we're
sponsored by
skipping
Mint
this
Mobile.
one.
It's no surprise, inflation is everywhere. There's no escaping it. And if you're looking
I'm
for
skipping this ad.
a
Alright.
break, look no further than
Never
Mint
mind.
Mobile.
Fuck.
It's the first company to sell a premium.
Alright, there we go. Alright, I'm gonna make my prediction in the next fight, in the next part. This is gonna be really tough, if I have to be honest.